My oldest son, United States Air Force, Japan, was in town for Christmas and didn't bother to say hello to his brother with Down syndrome. I'm beyond pissed. I'm sorry. Hopefully that'll change. I mean, he's young. I know he's a young adult, but maybe just sometimes at that age, so caught up in their own stuff. But yeah, I'd be pissed too. It's interesting. I have family that's in the Air Force too, and I had seen some of them at Christmas, and they were not making fun of me. I shouldn't say, because they're Trump supporters. Both, I have several nephews, but a couple of ones that I really was around when they were toddlers, because I lived with them during nursing school, and they were like my sunshine of my day. Like it was so stressful nursing school, especially in Chicago. It was just such constant political motivation at the city colleges. But anyway, they were like the light of my world when I would get to spend time with them. So they were like blessings in a way, because it just at the toddler age, they're so easy to have fun with. They're not all into the computer thing yet, and yet it's easy to get them excited about a game or something you come up with. And I love being creative, so I always came up with all these creative, crazy stuff that most people wouldn't do, but they remembered it. They definitely remembered it, so I was surprised because it went so long ago. But at Christmas, they know that I do videos, and they know I'm just a huge Trump supporter. And I've explained to them before that, I do it because of them. I don't want them or their children to grow up, or I have a great nephew too, any of my nephews, to grow up, in the system that the globalists want, because it'll just make everybody unhappy. And that video with the Down syndrome boy and his brother, those the kids with Down syndrome and the young adults with Down syndrome, they're the most innocent of all, and there's not the taintedness of what this world does. And yet, if you go back and look at history, such as any tyrannical system, globalism, Nazis, those were the people that they wanted to get rid of. It was like, these tyrannical authoritarian systems, they want to get rid of that innocent kind of love, like those. That's what always breaks my heart when I see these videos every now and then, wherever it is on social media, with young kids, and it's like the globalists want to destroy that stuff. They especially any kind of mental impairment, or even slow delayed impairment kind of thing, because they see it as a weakness. And yet I look at those kinds of kids, especially kids at that age, of those kids in that video, and they're like the closest to God, in my opinion. They haven't been too tainted by the world to where they've lost, like, there's still that innocence to them. And so, but my nephews, now that they're older, at Christmas, they were, not making fun of me, but were just saying, "You love President Trump." And I'm just like, I do. And they do too. They just think it's funny because of all the videos I do. And I don't think they've really fully understood, because I don't think that at that age, even though they're young adults, they don't totally grasp what could massively go wrong if globalists get in. And so I took it in stride. They thought I was upset, and they were so sorry. "No, we're not making fun of you, Aunt Beth." And it's like, no, it's fine. But I told them, I'm like, I do it because of you. You have to realize that. That's always in the forefront of my mind, is that I want you to live under a different system, a different government system. I don't want you to have to live, because I wouldn't want to terrify them, but I wouldn't want them to know how unhappy they would be under globalism. So So I just know that there's that disconnect in the 1920s and 21 where they don't always understand. They kind of think like the most of us have, that no, nothing will ever happen to America's system. Nothing will ever be able to overthrow it. And it's like they don't realize it's already hurt so much because they don't remember it any other way. So yeah, I have like great nephews. They're just wonderful, and I took it as a badge of honor when they were teasing me about President Trump. Even though they love President Trump too, they just think, that's all you do is rave about Trump. And I'm like, yeah, I do. You don't get it. Like when I saw these women fresh out of trafficking coming in regularly and tied it to how, yeah, it's because because of his policies and this safe home in my county. Yeah, that's a reason to stand up for somebody. That's, and I guess I hope that, someday maybe they'll realize that speaking up is a big deal. And I don't think they've reached that level where they realize how important that is. I don't think I would have thought that way either when I was young, their age. So you never know. Maybe things will come around, and maybe your oldest son will realize how important it is for him to spend time with his brother. I hope so anyway. Maybe when things start to get better and the darkness that seems to be over everything right now will start to dissipate, and those things will change. That's my hope anyway.